Shawnee Mission Northwest take down Bentonville West in a dominating fashion. They took down Bentonville West, and they'll move on to play the winner of Blue Valley West and Springfield Central. I was not here for that game, but in terms of this bracket, we have Staley taking on Kickapoo, and then later tonight at 8 o'clock, we'll have Blue Valley Northwest and Confluence Prep for the final game of the evening here in the Husky Hoops Invitational. So as far as the starting lineups go for both squads, we'll kind of quickly break down both of the teams here. Starting for Kickapoo, out there on the court, we've got Braden Ribideau, along with Elijah Neighbors, Reese Kimry, Brock Thompson, and also Jackson Shorter. And on the other hand, for Staley, out there on the court, to start will be Xavier Wilson, Tyven Willard, Jacoby Hicks, Kennison Stone, and we also have Travion Moore out there for the Falcons of Staley. And we're about to get underway for the third game of the evening here on day one of the Husky Hoops Invitational. Kickapoo wearing their away dark yellow uniforms, Staley wearing their home white uniforms. And here's the tip, and it's saved as it went its way out of bounds by Jacoby Hicks, and we're underway here between the Falcons and the Chiefs. Here at the top of the key now is Avion Webb. He'll swing it out to Xavier Wilson, out to Stone. Now it's back out to Hicks. Inside to Stone, trying to put up a shot. He'll have to kick it out for three, looking for an open shot. Wilson will drive it inside. Now kick it out to Stone. Stone drives it inside on the right-hand side. Now kick it out here. Long two. Jumper. It's good by Jacoby Hicks. And he gets the first score of the evening here between these two. And now for Kickapoo, it's Reese Kimry at the top of the key. Now he swings it out to Brock Thompson. He'll hand it off to Neighbors. Neighbors handing it off on out to Braden Ribideau. And Alex Jackson Shorter, he's double-teamed for a second. Now have to swing it out to Reese Kimry. Kimry double-teamed, swinging it out here. Long three-point shot by Ribideau. It's in and out, no good. Thompson with the rebound, and he's going to get fouled. And Xavier Wilson picks up his first foul of the evening. And Brock Thompson will go to the line and shoot two. Looking to tie it up here at 2 apiece here to open things up. Thompson's first free throw rolls around the rim. It doesn't fall through. But he's got one more opportunity at the line. Jacoby Hicks knocked in the first basket of the evening for Staley as they lead it here 2-0 here in the first couple of seconds of this game. And Thompson misses the second free throw. Travion Moore at the top of the key. Now it's Avian Webb. Back out to Stone. And now it's Moore. Moore out on the right wing, looking for an open look. Trying to set up a screen. Stone setting up a screen. Now he's double-teamed. And now it's Wilson. Wilson swinging it out to Webb, and now it's Webb for three. Rolls in and out. No good. And here comes Kickapoo. It's Kimry driving inside, and the layup falls for Jackson Shorter. And we're squared here at 2 apiece. At the top of the key now is Kennison Stone. Swinging it out here now at the top of the key is Webb. Webb kicking it out to Hicks. Now back out to Stone at the top of the key. Now it's Wilson. Wilson handing it off to Moore. Moore trying to look for an open look, but he'll pass it inside, and Hicks puts up the follow-through. And they retake the lead here 4-2. Ribideau passing it out to Shorter. And now it's Kimry. As Shorter tries to set up a screen, Kimry inside. The pass is tipped, goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Chiefs. 5:43 left to go here in the first period. 4-2, the Falcons lead it here over the Chiefs. Here's a three-point shot on the left-hand side, and it falls through. Elijah Neighbors knocking it down from three. Now Wilson gets in. He's double teamed for a second. Now it's Avian Webb. Webb driving inside. He loses possession, but he is going to get fouled. No, they're going to call an offensive foul on Avian Webb. They'll call the charge. And that's his first foul of the evening. And Staley here so far, they've picked up 2 fouls here in the opening minutes. Kimry trying to look for an open look. Now swinging out to Neighbors. Neighbors driving inside. And they're going to call for the travel on Neighbors. Kickapoo leads it here by 1 to start things off here. 5-4. Kickapoo leads it. Now Travion Moore takes it up the court. Looking for Hicks. Hicks kicking it out. Now it's Webb. Back out to Hicks. Hicks trying to look for a pass. Now he'll kick it out to Webb. Webb driving it inside, and the pass and follow through goes, and Staley retakes the lead. It's Kennison Stone knocking it down on what it seemed like an alley-oop layup. Now it's Kimry. Kimry looking around. Now he'll drive it inside on the left-hand side. Staley trying to take it away, but they are going to call for the foul. Looked like Kennison Stone picked up the foul. Checking in for Staley is Tyven Willard. Coming in place for Jacoby Hicks. And now Kickapoo trying to retake the lead here, 6-5. Staley leads it. Swinging it out here on the right-hand side. And out shorter for 3, knocks it down from the right corner, and Kickapoo retakes the lead. 8-6 now the score. And here's Webb. Webb looking in for Wilson. Willard out for 3, and it bounces off the front of the rim, no good. Shot was taken by Travion Moore. Neighbors looking around. And he'll find Ribideau. And out to Neighbors. Here's a long three-point shot from the right wing, and it falls through. Reese Kimry knocking it down from 3. Timeout called by the Falcons. 3:51 left to go here in the first period. As Reese Kimry knocked down a 3 from the right wing to make the score 11-6. That's been a back-and-forth affair so far between these two, but Kickapoo has a slight advantage here so far. But they've kept up the pace with the Falcons in the opening minutes. But they've knocked down some big-time shots, especially from the three-point line. As both teams get ready to retake the court after the timeout called by head coach Chris Neff for Staley. He's in his 21st year as the head basketball coach for the Falcons. And last year, the Falcons finished with a 23-6 record, and Coach Neff has led the Staley Falcons to 3 Final Fours in the last 5 years and won the Class 6 state championship in 2023. Here's a three-point shot, straightaway 3, no good, but from Webb. Kickapoo trying to keep possession. And they're fighting for it at midcourt. Looks like Staley won it. They're going to call for the jump ball. So they're going to call for the jump ball. And Staley will get possession right back after Kickapoo lost it at midcourt. And the Falcons recover. Kennison Stone gets it, hands it off to Willard. Driving inside is Moore. Now back up to the top of the key is Moore. Now it's Stone. Driving inside on the left-hand side, kicking it out to Moore. Left wing 3, no good off the rim, but Staley gets the rebound. Kennison Stone wanted to shoot a 3, but couldn't find an open look. Now Stone gets it back out in the right corner. Wilson at the top of the key, and now it's Willard. Willard kicking it inside. Stone kicking it back out to Moore. Now it's Webb. Webb inside to Wilson. Wilson looking around. They got to get it off soon. 8 left on the shot clock. Wilson has it, drives it inside on the right-hand side. They got to put up a shot, and it's no good. And they're going to call for the shot clock violation. Kickapoo playing some strong defense here in the first period. Score still reads 11-6. Kickapoo up by 5 over the Falcons. And the Chiefs are led by head coach Mitch McHenry, and he's beginning his 8th season as the head basketball coach at Kickapoo. Has an overall coaching record of 173 wins and 58 losses. His overall coaching record, but with Kickapoo, he has 157 wins and 46 losses. And the layup no good by Staley, and now Kickapoo gets it right back. Here's Vincent Meyer passing it inside, and they're going to call for the foul. Let's see who they call the foul on. But we're going to see Braden Ribideau check back in for the Chiefs. Ribideau will check in for Elijah Neighbors. It won't be a shooting foul, so Kickapoo will have to inbound it. We have about 2 minutes left here in the first period. Now at the top of the key is Jackson Shorter. Shorter driving inside, left right-handed layup, rolling around the rim, and it falls through. And they extend their lead now up to 7. Willard looking for Stone. Here's Xavier Wilson now on the left wing. Wilson looking around. Here's a 3-ball from the left corner, no good. Willard gets the rebound. Willard looking around, now he finds Webb. And they're going to call for the travel on Avion Webb. Just a couple of turnovers here in the first period for Staley, and Kickapoo has taken advantage of it so far. They lead it here by 7, 13-6. Kickapoo leads it here over Staley. Shorter looking around. Now he'll find Vincent Meyer. Meyer driving it inside. Now he'll kick it out to the left wing. And here's a tough shot, and it falls through for Jaden Suddarth. And Suddarth gets his first points of the evening. Now it's 15-6. Kickapoo leads it, and they're going to call for the charge on Jackson Smith. And Kickapoo will get it right back. And Jacoby Hicks will check back in for the Falcons, taking over for Xavier Wilson, who will go to the bench and grab a quick breather. 1 minute left to go here in the first period. Reese Kimry will get the inbound. Travion Moore showing some pressure, and now he'll find Ribideau. Ribideau out to Meyer. Here's a long three-point shot from the right wing, and it falls through for Reese Kimry. 18-6, the Chiefs lead it here by 12. Staley looking to get back on the board, down by 12. Out in the right corner now is Travion Moore. Moore looking around, now at the top of the key is Stone. He'll find Hicks. Hicks drives it inside, now he'll kick it back out. Pump fake and a shot, no good. Goes out of bounds off of Kickapoo, and Staley will get possession right back after the missed shot by Hicks. 17.2 seconds left to go in the first period. And he'll inbound it here to Stone. Stone looking around. Now he'll find Hicks. Hicks drives it inside on the left-hand side, and he's going to get fouled. The basket doesn't fall through, but Jacoby Hicks will go to the line and shoot two here with 10.2 seconds left to go in the first period. Only 2 fouls so far here for Kickapoo, and they've both been on Brock Thompson, who just got called for the foul. And the first free throw falls through for Hicks. Elijah Neighbors checks back in for the Chiefs, taking over for Brock Thompson, who picked up his second foul of the evening. And the second free throw from Hicks doesn't fall through. And now under 10 seconds left to go, and Kickapoo will get the final shot in the first period. It's Kimry. Kimry looking around. Here's a long three-point shot by Ribideau. Rolls around the rim, no good. And that will end the first period. Kickapoo leads it here 18-7. And we'll get ready for second period action here in just a moment.
Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points. You get more with every order. Woo! Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the point. You get more with every order. Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more. Like your favorite Whataburger or whatever, 'cause it all gives you more with Whataburger Rewards.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. Just like we're always making it easier to grab already prepped fruits and veggies so you can have more time for the important things. For us, making sure we provide you with fresh produce at low prices is our priority, so you can rest easy knowing you're getting delicious triple-inspected produce that's fresh and affordable, no matter the season. For freshness, selection, and low prices, Kansas City knows. Price Chopper.
And we welcome you back to our live coverage of high school basketball right here on a10varsity.com. My name's Austin Eckert, and we're here live in Overland Park, Kansas, here at Blue Valley Northwest High School for the third annual Husky Hoops Invitational. It's the third game of the evening here between Staley and Kickapoo, as the Chiefs lead it here 18-7, up by 11 as we enter the second quarter. At the top of the key now is Stone. Hicks. Now it's back out to Wilson. Wilson handing it off to Webb. Floater rolls around the rim, doesn't fall through. Kickapoo gets the rebound, but it's taken away by Hicks, and Kickapoo will lose possession. Wilson hands it off to Hicks. Hicks at the top of the key. Now it's Stone. And there's going to be a traveling call once again on Staley. That's the third traveling call that we've seen from the Falcons tonight. And the story so far, Kickapoo just taking advantage of any opportunities given to them. But Staley has kept themselves in it. Only down by 11, still a lot of basketball left to play. Here's a three ball from Kimry, and it falls through out on the left wing, and it forces a timeout for the Falcons. So head coach Chris Neff will talk to his team, calling his second timeout here in the first half. As Kimry again knocking it down from three. Just to kind of give you guys a quick rundown of the total scoring here so far in this one. Here for Staley, Jacoby Hicks leads the scoring with 5 points. And for Kickapoo, it's been the Reese Kimry show as he logs in 9 points here through a quarter and a minute. Reese Kimry has been on fire here to start things off. And we'll resume play here at Blue Valley Northwest High. And Staley will inbound it. Crossing midcourt now is Moore. Now he'll find Hicks. Hicks out to Stone. Now it's back out to Moore. He'll look for Wilson, trying to look for a pass. Now kick it out to Stone. Stone hands it off to Webb. Webb looking around, kicking it out for three. No, he'll drive it inside, trying to look for a pass, but it's taken away by Kickapoo. Another turnover for the Falcons. Now Shorter has it, now kicking it out to Ribideau. As Kimry with a long pass goes out of bounds. On the far side, it'll be Falcon basketball. Couple of turnovers here by both teams to start off the second quarter. 6:22 remaining here in the second quarter. 21-7. Kickapoo up by 14. Wilson finds Hicks. Hicks back out to Webb. Straightaway three. Rolls around the rim, and it's no good. And Ribideau gets the rebound. Neighbors trying to drive it inside, but he'll have to hand it off to Shorter. Shorter looking around. Now he'll kick it back out to Neighbors. Kimry Now back out in the right corner as Ribideau falls down hard on the court. And they're going to call jump ball, but it will stay with Kickapoo. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. So still a little bit of time to get some ball movement and, of course, try to put up a shot. They lead it big here, up by 14 over a very good Staley Falcon basketball team. As Meyer will inbound it, almost taken away by Staley, but Kimry hangs on to possession. Here's a long three ball from Shorter, knocking it down from the left corner. 24-7, Kickapoo up big, up by 17. Wilson looking around for an open look, now drives it inside, falls down hard, picking up another traveling call, the fourth traveling call on Staley tonight. Well, Staley's done a nice job of moving the ball around. However, the traveling calls have been holding them back so far here in the first half. But it's a 17-point lead for the Chiefs. And, of course, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Blue Valley Northwest and Confluence Prep tomorrow night at 6:35 p.m. And, of course, we'll have coverage of this basketball tournament live right here on a10varsity.com and, of course, on YouTube as well. Whichever way you're tuning in with us, we certainly appreciate you all spending your Thursday evening with us as Kickapoo will inbound it as Jaden Sudderth checks into the game for Kickapoo. Double teamed his neighbors, and they're going to call the foul. Looks like they're going to give it to Kennison Stone. They're going to give it to Jacoby Hicks. Both Hicks and Stone were on neighbors on the far side of the court as Ribideau will inbound it to Kimry. Kimry driving it inside, now kicking it out to neighbors. Long three ball, up and around the rim, no good. And volleyball action from both teams as Kickapoo gets the rebound. The ball bounced around up in the air between the two teams. Kimry driving it inside. Here's Ribideau, Shorter, three ball, good! Jackson Shorter knocking it down, and Kickapoo leads it here by 20. 27-7, a commanding lead for the Chiefs as the ball gets taken away and Shorter fights for possession, and they're going to win it as Kickapoo will get the ball right back as looks like Staley might have to call another timeout to talk things over here with a little under 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. But Jackson Shorter knocking it down from three to make the score 27-7, a 20-point lead for the Chiefs. But coming into this game, both teams, we knew coming in here that both of these teams were very good, but Kickapoo has just been on fire, and Staley, on the other hand, has been kind of uncharacteristic. To see them have the set of turnovers that they've had. However, still a lot of basketball left to play. And I would expect Staley to make some sort of a comeback here. They've got the squad and they've got everybody that they need to produce the comeback that they desperately need as they face a 20-point deficit. As Kickapoo will try to hang on here in the first half. We'll see if Staley can make this a game here with a little over 4.5 minutes left to go. The ball's taken away, but they're going to call for the foul as both Stone and Hicks were double teaming Elijah Neighbors at midcourt. They're going to call it on Jacoby Hicks, and that's his second foul here in this game as Hicks and Webb will check out of the game. And coming in for the Falcons, looks like it's Jackson Smith, along with Tyven Willard. Both of the guys checking back in for the Falcons. 27-7 with a little under 4.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Kimry driving it inside, looking for a pass, almost tipped. Shorter from the left corner. Now have to find Neighbors. Neighbors trying to look for an open look. 3 left on the shot clock. They're going to have to get it off as Kimry fires a three-point shot, And it almost went in, but it doesn't fall through, and Staley gets the rebound. Here's Wilson trying to get the pass, but it's taken away by the Chiefs. Here's Ribideau finding Neighbors. Kimry, 3-ball, no good. And Wilson gets the rebound for Staley. Falcons looking to make something happen here late in the second quarter. Down by 20 to the Chiefs. Stone looking around, trying to find an open pass. Now he'll drive it inside. Layup, good. And the Falcons finally put some points on the board after going for about 3 to 4 minutes without a point scored, as the pass is taken away by Kimry. And the layup falls through by way of Jackson Smith. Kickapoo just trying to maintain their composure as Staley has knocked down 4 points in the last 10 seconds. 27-11 now the score. Ribideau looking around, trying to find a pass. Now he'll kick it out to Sutherth. Sutherth kicking it back out to Ribideau. Ribideau guarded well by Tyven Willard as Shorter tries to set up a screen. Here's Shorter, and now it's Neighbors. Neighbors looking around. 3 left on the shot clock. Here's a long 3-ball rolling around the rim. No good from Ribideau. Wilson long pass to Jackson Smith, but it's taken away. Here's Reese Kimry. Kimry driving inside. Now kicking it out for 3 to Sutterth. Rolling around the rim. Doesn't fall through. Now it's Willard. Willard driving it inside on the right-hand side. Layup doesn't go, but they are going to call for the foul. We're going to see Jacoby Hicks and Avion Webb check back in for the Falcons here in a moment. As for Kickapoo, we'll see Vincent Meyer and Brock Thompson check back into the game. Thompson's been on the bench for the past few minutes for Kickapoo after picking up 2 fouls early on here. Of course, you want to keep all your players out of foul trouble. The pass is taken away by Kimry. Layup, no good, but he is going to get fouled by Jackson Smith. And Kimry will go to the line and shoot 2. But Jackson Shorter now leads the team in scoring for Kickapoo with 13 points so far. Having himself a night. As for Staley, their team's leading scorer is still Jacoby Hicks with 5 points. And right behind him is Kennison Stone with 4. As the first free throw from Kimry doesn't fall through. 27-11, Kickapoo leads it. Up big here late in the second quarter with 2:19 remaining in the first half. And the second free throw falls for Kimry. Now it's 28-11. A 17-point lead for Kickapoo. Here's Wilson. Now to Webb. Long 3-point shot, no good, but the rebound is collected by Smith. Tough layup, doesn't fall through. He loses possession, but he is going to get fouled. I don't believe it'll be a shooting foul, so Staley will just have to inbound it. And they're going to call for the foul on Jaden Sutterth. It is indeed going to be a shooting foul, so Jackson Smith will go to the line and shoot 2, unless they're getting ready to inbound it here. Okay, so my first assumption was correct. It wasn't a shooting foul, so Avion Webb will inbound it. Now to Kennison Stone. Here's Jackson Smith. Now it's Jacoby Hicks. Here's Avion Webb. Webb driving it inside. Tough layup. Doesn't fall through, but the follow through by Xavier Wilson goes. Now it's 28-13. Kickapoo still up by 15. Here's Vincent Meyer. Almost loses possession, but he finds Kimry. He's guarded well by Hicks. Kimry looking around for a pass. Here's a 3-ball in the left corner. Good! Jackson Shorter knocking it down from 3 once again. And now he has 16 points. Kickapoo up big, 31-13 with a minute and a half remaining in the second quarter. Well, Shorter likes shooting it in the left corner, as we've seen so far in this one. We'll see if they go to him again on the next possession. Here's Jackson Smith. Now it's Kennison Stone. Stone looking around. Hands it off to Hicks. Now it's back to Stone. Back out to Hicks. Now it's to Stone. Stone from the charity stripe. No good from Hicks, and now Kimry gets it as he crosses midcourt at the top of the Husky logo. Kimry looking around. He's guarded well by Smith. Kimry looking for an open pass. We're under a minute left to go here in the second quarter. Kimry looking around. Guarded well by Wilson. Kimry driving it inside. He's double teamed now. He falls down hard onto the court, and he's going to get fouled. Looks like it's going to be on Xavier Wilson as he slapped the left arm of Reese Kimry. 47.9 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A commanding lead here for Kickapoo. They lead it here 31-13. Jackson Shorter leading the scoring for the Chiefs with 16 points, followed by Reese Kimry with 10. So 2 players for Kickapoo at double-digit figures. Both guys have 26 points in total. The pass is taken away by Webb. Webb, layup good. Now it's 15-31. Kickapoo still up by a lot. Under 40 seconds remaining. Kickapoo likely they'll get one more shot off before the end of the first half, but Staley will get the last possession. A 4-second difference from the game clock and the shot clock. Here's Kimry driving it inside. Now he'll kick it out to Neighbors. Neighbors in the left corner. No good. Shot clock is off, which means Staley will get the final shot before the end of the first half. It's Avion Webb. 5 left to go. Webb, layup, good, and he's going to pick up the and one. And he'll have an opportunity to make it a 3-point play before the end of the first half. It's been a tough. They aren't going to call the foul on Kickapoo. It's an offensive foul, so there isn't an opportunity for a 3-point play. I misread that. However, Kickapoo will go into the half up by 16 as they lead it here over the Staley Falcons. Kickapoo up 31-15 as we enter halftime. We're going to step aside for about 10 minutes, but we'll be back on the air right here on a10varsity.com here for the third game of the evening between Staley and Kickapoo.
Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points. You get more with every order. Woo! Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the points. You get more with every order. Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more. Like your favorite Whataburger or whatever, 'cause it all gives you more with Whataburger Rewards.
And we welcome you back to our live coverage of the third annual Husky Hoops Invitational for the third game that we have here on hand tonight between the Staley Falcons and the Kickapoo Chiefs. Staley, of course, coming by way of Kansas City, Missouri, so not too far from here. However, Kickapoo, they come by way of Springfield, Missouri. It's about a three and a half hour drive from here, so a long journey to get here to Overland Park, Kansas, here at Blue Valley Northwest High School. Once again, my name is Austin Eckert, and it's my pleasure to be on the call for this one. And, of course, we got one more game after this one. And, of course, the winner of tonight's game will take on the winner of the game that we have here later tonight between Confluence Prep and Blue Valley Northwest. But Kickapoo right now up by 16 as they lead it 31-15. And Jackson Shorter with 16 points. And on the other hand, for Kickapoo, it's been Reese Kimry, who also has 10 points as well. So both guys combined have 26 points out of the 31 points scored in total for the Chiefs. Both guys having themselves a night, but we'll see if Staley can fight their way back here in the second half and make this one a good game. Pass is going to go out of bounds from Moore, and already a turnover to start off the second half for the Falcons. As Neighbors will inbound it to Ribideau. Shorter gets it right back to Ribideau. Now Shorter gets it. They're going to have to cross midcourt. Now they finally do. Here's Kimry at the top of the key. Kimry looking around. Here's Neighbors. Neighbors out for three from Ribideau. Rolling around the rim. Doesn't fall through, and Wilson gets the rebound. Now here comes Webb. Webb crossing midcourt. Now drives it inside. Right-handed layup blocked. Taken away by Kickapoo, and Neighbors gets the rebound. Neighbors long pass out to Thompson. Trying to look for Kimry, but it's taken away as Neighbors tips it, and they're going to call for the foul. Looked like it was a reach over from Elijah Neighbors. And we'll see Tyvin Willard check into the game for Travion Moore, who checks out of the game quickly here, 46 seconds into the third quarter. As Webb will inbound it to Hicks. And now at the top of the key, it's Wilson. Wilson looking around. Here's Webb. Now he'll find Stone. Now Wilson at the top of the key. Wilson looking around for a pass. Out to Webb. Webb looking around. Now finds Stone. Wilson almost loses it as Neighbors tries to fight for possession near midcourt. But Webb gets the possession and keeps it with the Falcons. Now here's Webb for three, knocking it down from the right wing as they've cut the lead now to 13 to making the score 18-31. The scoreboard reads 34-15. But I think the score should be 31-18 right now, and looks like they did make the change. A little bit confused with the scoreboard, however, they fixed it up, and it's now 31-18. Kickapoo still up here by 13 now. Shorter crossing midcourt, finds Neighbors. Back out to Shorter. Here's Kimry. Shorter out to Kimry. Three ball, good! From the left wing, it's Reese Kimry knocking it down from three once again. It's been the Reese Kimry and Jackson Shorter show so far this evening for Kickapoo. Now it's 34-18. As Willard tries to look for a pass and finds Wilson, and Wilson gets it right back, but it's taken away by Neighbors. Neighbors double teamed. He'll find Kimry. Out to Neighbors, who crosses midcourt right below the Husky logo. Inside to Thompson, loses it as Willard gets it. And here's a long three-point shot, and it falls through for Avion Webb from the left wing, and it's now 21-34, a 13-point lead for Kickapoo once again. Staley looking to make this a competitive game after a rough first half outing. Ribideau looking around for a pass, finds Thompson. He'll hand it off to Kimry. As Kimry tried to pass it inside to Thompson, but Looks like Xavier Wilson's going to pick up the foul. They're going to call it on Travion Moore. Wilson was right there in the mix of it as well. As Wilson will go towards the bench, and he'll come off, and Jackson Smith will take his place. But both of the officials talking things over real quick. But I think they just called a technical foul on Xavier Wilson. So I thought initially he had picked up the foul, but Travion Moore picked up the foul, and Xavier Wilson picks up a technical foul. As Reese Kimry knocks down his first free throw. Not sure what happened in that mix. As Kimry misses the second free throw. It's now 35-21, a 14-point lead for Kickapoo. But Wilson now on the bench after picking up a technical. But it was both Wilson and Moore in the mix. Again, Moore picked up a foul, then Xavier Wilson picked up a technical shortly after. But I think Kickapoo stepped out of bounds on the far side, and Staley will get possession. (21-35), Kickapoo up by 14 here with 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Here's Moore at the top of the key looking around for a pass, and it's tipped off from Smith. But Staley maintains possession. Here's Webb. Webb trying to drive it inside on the left-hand side. Here's a long two-point shot. It falls through for Avion Webb. And Webb so far has 7 points for the Falcons. He is now the team's leading scorer. Kimry guarded well by Moore. Kimry will cross midcourt right below the Husky logo. From the charity stripe, and it rolls around the rim, and it doesn't fall through. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be Staley basketball. 4:21 remaining here in the third quarter, but it's been an interesting third quarter here, as not too long ago we saw Xavier Wilson pick up a technical foul after a foul called by, or it was on Travion Moore to begin with, and then Xavier Wilson picked up a technical right after, and Reese Kimry went to the line and knocked down one of his 2 free throws. As the layup doesn't fall through, and Kickapoo gets the rebound, and now here's Vincent Meyer. Meyer looking around, trying to look for a pass. He'll get it inside to Thompson. Now he's double-teamed. Back out to Meyer, straight away 3, you bet! Vincent Meyer knocking it down from 3. It's now 38-23. Kickapoo still up by a lot, up by 15 now. Pump fake. And now a three-point shot from Stone, and it falls through. Kennison Stone knocking it down from the right wing, and it'll force a timeout. And I think Kickapoo is going to talk things over, as Staley has made this a 12-point game now after the 3 ball. And so both teams will talk things over here with a little over 3.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. But Staley has now made this one a competitive game, as again, Kickapoo was all over the place in the first half. They were able to take advantage off of some turnovers from the Falcons, and the Chiefs have just been on a roll. Again, it's been the Reese Kimry and Jackson Shorter show. And going into the half, Reese Kimry and both him and Jackson Shorter had 26 points in total. So it was Shorter who had 16, and Kimry had 10 going into the half, as they were up 31-15. But we are in the middle of the timeout, as both teams will get ready to take the court here in just a moment. But just to kind of run through the scoring for you guys, kind of update you on that. Shorter still has 16. Reese Kimry now has 12. Vincent Meyer knocked down his first points of the evening from a straightaway 3 not too long ago. Has 3 points here in this one. Elijah Neighbors has 6 so far. And on the other hand, for Staley, leading the scoring right now is Avion Webb, who has knocked down some big-time shots, but Kennison Stone also has 7 points. So both of the guys lead the team in scoring for the Falcons. And now we resume play. As Shorter is double teamed, and they're going to call for the travel on Shorter. So good pressure from Staley, and it forces a traveling call. Now Travion Moore has it at the top of the key. Now he'll find Webb. Webb double teamed for a moment. And now he'll find Stone. Now it's Willard. Willard passing it inside to Smith. Loses possession as it goes out of bounds, and it will stay with the Falcons. We're going to make this a closer game than it is right now, as Kickapoo's been up by double digits throughout most of this game. However, Staley looking to make it a single-digit score. Now Smith has it. Now straight away. No. He'll pass it inside, and it's taken away by Kickapoo. Now here comes Reese Kimry. Kimry double-teamed, and I think they're going to call a jump ball. Maybe I thought Kimry was going to pick up a traveling call. However, they're going to call a jump ball, and possession will stay with the Chiefs. It'll be Vincent Meyer to inbound it. Meyer looking around. He'll find Jackson Shorter. Shorter guarded well. Turning around to his left-hand side. Now he'll have to kick it out. Here's a three ball off the front of the rim. Now Staley has a chance to cut this lead for Kickapoo to a single digit. Here's Avion Webb. Webb kicking it out. Now it's at the top of the key to Stone. Here's Moore. Now it's Jackson Smith. Three ball straightaway three. Off the front of the rim. Rolls around, and Kimry gets the rebound. Kimry almost loses possession, but they are going to call for the foul. Looks like Kennison Stone's going to pick up another foul. That's his first foul here this evening. 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Staley has made this one competitive so far in the third quarter, but they face a 12-point deficit. See if Kickapoo here can hang on. Here's Kimry, guarded well by Moore. Kimry will find Thompson. And now it's Meyer. And pass is taken away by Moore. That's Stone. Stone, left-handed layup, goes! 28-38, Kickapoo up by 10. Staley making this one a good game here in the third quarter. Vincent Meyer at the top of the key. Thompson trying to set up a screen. Meyer now kicking it out to Ribideau. Ribideau looking around for a pass. He's guarded well by Stone. And now Thompson gets it right back. Thompson driving it around. Now he'll hand it off to Kimry. Back inside to Thompson. Off of the front of the rim. Thompson gets the rebound, but the putback goes through. Back to a 12-point lead for the Chiefs. 40-28 now the score. There's Travion Moore handing it off to Tyvin Willard. Willard double-teamed, loses possession, but it stays with the Falcons. Jackson Smith now has it. Now it's Travion Moore. Moore trying to drive it inside, but he'll step out of bounds, and it will be Kickapoo basketball. Another turnover for the Falcons as Jackson Shorter will check into the game for Brock Thompson. And again, Jackson Shorter with 16 points so far on the evening. It's been him and Reese Kimry leading the way in scoring. 40-28 the score, as we have about a minute left to go here in the third quarter, and we'll have 8 minutes left of basketball to play here between these two. And here's a long three ball from Ribideau, and it falls through for Ribideau. 43-28 now the score. Webb driving it inside. Now he'll kick it out to Stone. Here's Webb putting up a tough shot, and it falls through. Avion Webb keeping Staley in this one. Now we have 30 seconds remaining. Now the pass is taken away by Staley. It's Moore. And the pass is taken away by Kickapoo. Here's Shorter. Shorter ducks it and slams it home. Jackson Shorter putting it down. 45-30 now the score. Up by 15, the Chiefs. lead it big here in the third quarter. Jackson Shorter slamming it down. And it looks like Staley might get the final shot unless Kickapoo can find a way to get the ball right back. Here with 18.8 seconds remaining in the third. Kennison Stone will inbound it to Avion Webb. Webb will take his time. As he crosses midcourt, now he'll find Jacoby Hicks. Hicks will find Smith. Now it's Webb. Webb, long three ball, no good. And Ribideau gets the rebound, down to 2 seconds. And it looks like they're going to likely call for the foul. It'll be on Jacoby Hicks. That's his 4th personal foul, as Hicks is now in foul trouble. We have 1.5 seconds remaining as Braden Ribideau will go to the line and shoot 2 here for the Chiefs, to hopefully make this a 17-point game going into the fourth quarter, and we'll have 8 more minutes of basketball left to play between these two. We'll see Elijah Neighbors check in. Excuse me, that'll be Tyven Willard checking in. So it looked like Ribideau was going to shoot 2 free throws, but then they called it back, and they're just going to let Kickapoo inbound it here with a 1.5 seconds remaining. Ribideau gets the inbound, and he'll try to put up a half-court shot. No good, as Kickapoo will enter the fourth quarter up by 15 over the Falcons of Staley.
Dad, don't forget about my new cleats.
Sweetie, I can't make it to Dick's this week.
Have you heard of Dix.com?
Have I heard of Dix.com? Have I heard of Dix.com? Whoa.
Don't overthink it. Let's go shopping.
Actually, what I need are some cleats.
How about one of these?
Great.
Done. Anything else?
No, golf club? Not for me.
Yeah,
For a friend.
of course.
Anyone impressed with how fast that was?
Yeah,
I know. I went to Dick's.com.
Thank you. I love you.
Well, I went to Dix.com. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, I told you about that.
And we welcome you back to our live coverage of the 3rd annual Husky Hoops Invitational here at Blue Valley Northwest High School in Overland Park, Kansas. My name's Austin Eckert, and it's my pleasure to be on the call with you all this evening right here on A10varsity.com, whether you're tuning in through the A10 Varsity website or on YouTube. We've got Staley and Kickapoo taking on each other here in the 3rd game here tonight on day 1 of the Husky Hoops Invitational. And, of course, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Blue Valley Northwest and Confluence Prep. And I'll have the call for that game shortly after the conclusion of this one, as Vincent Meyer almost loses possession, but the 3 ball from Kimry doesn't fall through. Staley looking to make it close here in the fourth quarter. Left-handed layup goes. It's Jacoby Hicks. Pardon me, that was Tyven Willard knocking it down. Trying to look for a pass, and it's taken away by Webb. Webb crossing midcourt. He'll drive it inside on the left-hand side, kicking it back out. And they're going to call for the foul. We'll see what the foul's going to be called on, but it will be on Kickapoo. We'll see Braden Ribideau check into the game for Vincent Meyer. 45-32 the score. Smith handing it off here, nears Webb again from 3, rolling around the rim as Kimry gets the rebound. They're going to call for another foul here. This time it'll be on Staley. It's going to be called on Tyven Willard. That's his 2nd foul here this evening. Shorter will get the inbound. Now it's back out to Ribideau. Ribideau will find a long pass to Kimry. Kimry, shot good. Reese Kimmery knocking it down again. 14 points on the evening for Reese Kimmery. Jackson Shorter also with 18, and as I mentioned, both of those guys have been on fire tonight here for the Chiefs. 47-32 the score, back up to a 15-point lead. Here's Moore looking around for a pass inside to Smith. Right-handed layup goes for Jackson Smith. Now it's 47-34, now back down to 13 points, the lead for Kickapoo. Shorter guarded well by Stone, and it's taken away. Here's Webb. Layup, no good. And the follow-through by Stone goes. Now it's an 11-point game, 47-36 the score, as we'll see another foul here picked up by Kennison Stone. So he was guarding well on Reese Kimmery, however, there was just too much contact made, and it'll draw the foul. It'll be Braden Ribideau to inbound it here for Kickapoo, with a little under 6.5 minutes remaining in this game. And Kimmery will get the inbound from Ribideau. Ribideau will find a pass out to Elijah Neighbors. Neighbors, long two-point shot, and it's good from the left corner. 49-36 now the score, back up to a 13-point lead for the Chiefs. And the putback by Wilson goes through. Now it's an 11-point lead again for Kickapoo. 49-38 the score. Could be a tight finish here between these two, as Kickapoo has held on to the advantage for most of the game. However, Staley still got some time to make this one close. Almost taken away. Now it's taken away here by Webb. Webb, and it's dunked in by Stone. However, there was a whistle in the middle of that sequence, which is why I had a little bit of a pause there in between that sequence from Webb and Stone. All right. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know why they gotcha. Okay, so they called a traveling call. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Shorter will get it. Now it's Neighbors. Now back out to Kimmery. Kimmery inside to Thompson. He'll lose it, and it'll stay with Kickapoo. Kimmery will inbound it to Thompson. Here's Neighbors. Neighbors guarded well by Hicks. Here's Shorter. Now it's Ribideau. Ribideau back to Shorter. Shorter maintains possession. Tough layup. Good off the backboard and in for Jackson Shorter. Now he has 20 points on the evening for the Chiefs. Webb will find Wilson. Three ball off the rim. No good as Shorter gets the rebound. But a foul is going to be called on Jacoby Hicks, and that'll be his fifth. And Jacoby Hicks' day is now finished as he picks up his fifth foul. And he'll head to the bench, and Jackson Smith will take his place. 51-38 the score. We're under 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Ribideau getting the inbound here from Kimmery. Ribideau double team. Now here's Kimmery. Kimmery driving inside on the right-hand side, and the pass is tipped from Wilson. It'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Chiefs. Jaden Sutterth checking in for Kickapoo, along with Tyven Willward for Staley. Sutterth checking in for Shorter, who now has 20 points on the evening. Vincent Meyer will inbound it. There is a whistle blown right before the inbound. And there will be a timeout called on the floor with just over 4.5 minutes remaining, 4:34 remaining in this game. It's a 51-38 score as Kickapoo holds a 13-point lead. As both teams will talk things over here for a few seconds before we resume play. It's been an intense second half. We've seen some big-time shots here from both teams. However, it's been the Jackson Shorter and Reese Kimmery show for Kickapoo, as Shorter has 20 points on the evening and Kimmery has 14. But on the other hand, for Staley, leading the scoring is Kennison Stone, who has 11 points, followed by Avion Webb, who has 9. And Jacoby Hicks, who has 5, who also picked up his 5th personal foul, which now means he's finished for the evening. But Staley not that much into foul trouble. Neither is Kickapoo. But Xavier Wilson picked up a technical foul early on in the 3rd quarter, but he has 3 fouls so far. So you got to make sure that both teams stay out of foul trouble as we enter the final part of this 4th quarter here with a little over 4.5 minutes remaining. Reese Kimry will inbound it here for Kickapoo in a moment. 23 seconds left on the shot clock here for the Chiefs, so they still have some time to put up a big-time shot. Leading it here by 13 points. Kimry will inbound it to Meyer. Now here's Ribideau. Ribideau looking around, back out to Meyer. Here, 3-ball, good! From the left corner, Vincent Meyer knocking it down. Now it's 54-38. And I think we'll have a late whistle here. As I think we're going to see a substitution here in just a moment. Jackson Shorter checking in for Jaden Suddarth. So Shorter wasn't on the bench for too long. He'll get a quick breather and now check back in for the Chiefs. But a 3-ball from Vincent Meyer in the left corner makes it a 54-38 score. Here's Webb kicking it back out to Willard. Now here's Wilson. Wilson driving it inside. Shorter picks up the charge as Wilson will be called for the foul, but Jackson Shorter draws the foul on Xavier Wilson, and now that's his 4th foul of the evening. So one more foul until he picks up his 5th foul, which will end his day if he picks up another one, as Wilson will check out of the game, and coming into his place will be Travion Moore. Couple of substitutions for both teams, as we'll see Brock Thompson check out of the game. I believe Xavier Wilson picked up another technical, so his day is now finished as he's picked up 2 technical fouls. First free throw, good, from Braden Ribideau. I did not see the late technical foul call on Xavier Wilson. I thought he just picked up his 4th foul. However, he now has 2 technical fouls, which means he is finished for the evening as Ribideau's 2nd free throw rolls around the rim and it doesn't fall through. Now it's a 55-38 score. Well, we saw Wilson pick up his first technical foul in the 3rd quarter after a mix-in with Travion Moore, who picked up a foul, and then Wilson must have done something afterwards to draw the technical, and now his day is finished. So the Falcons will be without Xavier Wilson here for the final 4 minutes, and it's no good from Shorter. Rebound from Staley. Now here's Webb. Webb driving it inside on the left-hand side. Layup, no good. Fighting for possession now. Kickapoo has it. Passing it inside. Here's Shorter trying to get the pass. I think they maybe tried to do an alley-oop as Kimry tried to follow it up for Shorter. However, they lose possession. Now it goes back to the Falcons. Under 4 minutes left to play. 3:40 left to go in this game. 55-38 the score. The Chiefs lead it here over the Falcons. Smith from the charity stripe is Stone. No good. And Shorter gets the rebound. Here's Meyer. Meyer crossing midcourt. Meyer looking around. He was double teamed for a moment. Now he's triple teamed. Tried to find a pass to Shorter. Tough layup. Good. And gets the and one. And he'll have an opportunity to make it a 3-point play. Jackson Shorter paving the way for Kickapoo tonight, now with 22 points. And he'll have a chance to get his 23rd point here with this free throw. 57-38 the score, up by 19 here late in the 4th. 3:19 remaining in this game. Bends the knees, follows through, and the shot goes through the net, and it's now 58-38, a 20-point lead for the Chiefs. Moore looking around for a pass. Finds Smith. Smith underneath the basket. Back inside to Stone. No good, but the follow through by Stone doesn't fall through either, and Kickapoo gets the rebound. Now Kimry will find Ribideau. Here's a three-point shot from Meyer from the right wing and knocks it down. Vincent Meyer, his third three-point shot of the evening. 61-38 now the score. Moore will find Stone. Smith, now it's Webb. Webb double team for a moment, almost loses possession but hangs on to it. Now he'll have to kick it out to Stone. Stone to Willard, now back to Stone. He'll find Webb, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to have to get a shot off in a moment, but the foul is going to be called on Kickapoo. It'll be on Braden Ribideau. And we'll see Jason Lindsay check in for Staley. We haven't seen him play at all this evening, along with Aiden Bird. Two guys that we haven't seen play for Staley just yet. They'll get some action here late in this one with 2:23 remaining in this game. Here's Moore, a three-point shot, and it knocks down from the right corner, and it's now a 20-point lead once again, 61-41. Reese Kimry has it. He's guarded well by Willard. Kimry will find Neighbors. Now it's Ribideau. Now Kimry. Kimry drives it inside. Passing it out to Neighbors, and a foul is likely going to be called on Jackson Smith. That's Jackson Smith's third personal foul of the evening. The Falcons have been in some sort of foul trouble, as we've already seen Xavier Wilson check out of the game after picking up his second technical foul, as Kimry's first free throw knocks down. But we've seen Xavier Wilson and Jacoby Hicks both check out of the game due to fouls. But again, Xavier Wilson with 2 technicals, and then Jacoby Hicks with 5 personal fouls. And the second free throw falls. It's now a 22-point lead, 63-41. Under 2 minutes remaining, 1:54 left to go. Here's Willard. He'll find Smith. Now out to Lindsay. Lindsay looking around. Now he'll find Moore. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay passing it inside to Smith. Layup goes. And he'll pick up the and one, and he'll have a chance to make it a 3-point play. Jackson Smith will head to the line. They're going to call that on Vincent Meyer. That's his second foul of the evening. As we'll see a late substitution made by Kickapoo. It'll be Jaden Sudderth checking in for Elijah Neighbors. 1:41 remaining in this game. Kickapoo up by 20. Jackson Smith at the line, looking to make it a 3-point play, and knocks down the free throw. Now it's a 19-point lead for Kickapoo. Sudderth crossing midcourt, pass is tipped, inside to Ribideau, now it's inside to McDowell, and he's going to get fouled, and the shot won't go through, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2. We'll see Robinson Lee check in for Kickapoo in just a moment. 1:31 remaining in this game. 63-44 the score. It's a 19-point lead. First free throw from McDowell falls through. Also coming in for the Chiefs will be number 12, Will Wynn. 64-44 the score. And from the looks of it, second free throw goes, but from the looks of it, folks, it looks like Kickapoo will take on the winner of the next game here later this evening between Blue Valley Northwest and Confluence Prep. And Staley will, of course, play in the consolation game, and we'll take on the loser of the next game between Confluence Prep and Blue Valley Northwest, as a foul will be called on the floor. It'll be on Kickapoo. It'll be called on A.J. McDowell. And that's his first foul of the evening. 1:17 left to go in this game as the inbound gets taken away by Kickapoo. Here's Meyer driving it inside. Layup no good, but the rebound is collected by Sudderth. He'll kick it out to to Lee, and now Ribideau has it. Now it's Vincent Meyer. McDowell looking around for a pass. Now it's Sudderth. Sudderth passing it inside. It's taken away by the Falcons. Under a minute left to go, 49 seconds remaining. Moore looking for a pass, and you'll find Willard. Willard driving it inside. Now he'll kick it back out for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. From Aiden Bird. And we'll have a late substitution for Kickapoo. 35.1 seconds remaining. As we'll see Andrew Kinnaman check in for the first time this evening for Kickapoo here with over 30 seconds remaining. Only a 2-second difference from the game clock and the shot clock. Jaden Sudderth crossing midcourt, taken away by Willard. Willard slams it home. 65-46 now the score. And all Kickapoo really needs to do here in this situation is just hang on to it. And the pass is going to be tipped and it'll go out of bounds on the far side of the court. But it will stay with the Chiefs. 12.1 seconds left to go. Robinson Lee will inbound it to Andrew Kinnaman. Kinnaman will hand it off to Sudderth, and he'll hang on to the ball. Down to 4, down to 3, down to 2, 1, and that will do it here for Game 3 of Day 1 of the Husky Hoops Invitational. Kickapoo wins it by 19. Final score, Kickapoo 65, Staley 46. So Kickapoo will take on the winner of Blue Valley Northwest and Confluence Prep, which that game will take place here in about 20 minutes from now, and I'll have the call for that game live right here on a10varsity.com and, of course, on YouTube as well. So don't go anywhere. Stick around, and, of course, be sure to join me for the call here between Confluence Prep and Blue Valley Northwest here in about 20 minutes. Kickapoo gets the victory.
Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points. You get more with every order. Woo! Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the points. You get more with every order. Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more. Like your favorite